We're in the month of January and we have 3 new district updates this month. The first is a construction update. If you've driven by Tylersville over at the Mason Intermediate, Mason Elementary campus, you've probably seen construction happening right outside of the building. It's an exciting construction project because it's a project that is not only debt-free to our community, but it's a project that's helping us to reduce class size over here at the Mason Elementary and Mason Intermediate building. We're really excited because we're adding classrooms onto the back of the building so that we can continue to deliver Mason quality. For our next district update this month, we wanted to remind you that we have a very important night coming up on January 24th from 6 to 8 o'clock called our Teaching and Learning Evening. We invite you to come and see what the amazing things that are happening in our classrooms, the teachers, what they're doing, the new curriculum that we're rolling out, some of the new coursework. And it's a great opportunity for you not only to connect with our staff, but also to ask questions. It's our way of being transparent and sharing with you the great learning that's taking place in our schools. For our final district update for this month, it is January, which is Board Appreciation Month. We are so blessed in Mason City Schools to have a board and generations of boards that have led us to this point to set us up for success. Our board, if you don't know them, are great people. They love our district and they love to see our kids successful. So our board president, Charles Galvin, our vice president is Ian Orr, and we're fortunate to have 3 other board members, Connie Yingling, Desiree Batchy, and Matt Steele. All 5 board members make big decisions for our district. A lot of those are behind the scenes. A few times a month, we come together to talk about the direction of the district, the allocation of resources, and what things that we can continue to improve on. This is a month that we appreciate our board members. So if you know a board member, feel free to reach out to them and thank them for their service in serving Mason City Schools. Each month, we share 2 wayfinding tips. This first tip for the month of January is a reminder to make sure that you know how to report absences. During this time of the year, there's lots of illness going around. Lots of kids are getting sick, and that's just part of this season. But we want to make sure that we're getting those absences reported as soon as possible. And there are 3 ways to report absences. You can do it on our website, you can do it on the app, or you can call the absence in. The sooner you call it in, the better, so that we can get that reported in our data system. Remind your kids to practice healthy habits, whether they're at school, at home, with friends, washing their hands, getting good sleep. But if they are sick, make sure they stay home and get better. And for our second wayfinding tip of the month, you may have heard of Tim Tebow before. Tim Tebow's on TV everywhere, but have you heard of Neil Tebow? Neil Tebow is even more important in this community. He is one of our safety team members, and we have a phenomenal safety team here at Mason City Schools. And oftentimes you think of safety teams as just keeping our kids safe, and that's really important, highest priority we have. But there's so much more to our safety team. It's building meaningful relationships. My daughter's in this school, and every time she sees Officer Tebow, she's excited. She comes home and talks about him in the hallways in the community, and our kids love to build meaningful relationships with our safety team. So when you see one of our safety team members, make sure you thank them for their service, and not only just for our kids' safety, but for the relationship building, the mentoring, and just caring for our community. Each month, we try to share one family encouragement in our 321 update. And this month, I want to encourage you to think about the goals that you set as a family. During January, a lot of people talk about New Year's resolutions. And one thing that we've talked about in our family and with our executive team here at Mason City Schools is not just setting goals, but building the systems to support the goals to move forward. One example of that is I have 4 kids and my oldest is a senior. And so one of the things that we've tried to do is set up a weekly meeting where we're talking through the book Atomic Habits. Maybe you saw in the newsletter, Charles Galvin did a nice discussion about his family and atomic habits and how habits help them. One of the things that Henry and I have been doing is talking about what are the habits that help him to accomplish the goals and be the person that he wants to be as a senior in high school going in and looking towards college. So that's an encouragement that I give you is talking to your kids, not just about the goals they want to accomplish, but what are the habits, what are the systems, the routines that are set up to support the success of those goals? And how can we as parents and guardians come alongside and help them through that process?